Hey friends, we're back with you. Welcome back. We are live from Studio 5 just outside of Ocean City, Maryland, and in the sim we're just outside of the country of Portugal. Wrapping up our Cross the Pond 2024 eastbound flight. And we have been handed back over into domestic control, Lisbon control. We were issued a squawk code by Santa Maria radio just before the handoff. We got that in. Made a couple attempts to contact Lisbon. He didn't answer, but he did say, "Everyone coming from Santa Maria, don't worry, I'll call you." So we kind of just stood by, and then he eventually said, United 514, or 514, they're calling me. United 514, you're identified. You are confirmed for the Latitude 2 Bravo, runway 20. I had kind of already known, I had already kind of figured that out. I had pulled up the ATIS ahead of time, but I'll show you the most recent version. It is Hotel ILS approach 20. They want us off at Hotel 1, I'll show you that.
Squawk 1344, Air Portugal 216 Lima.
Wind 2306.
Hello, American 350.
Variable 210 to 270. Visibility is 10 kilometers. Few at 2300, so partly cloudy. Temp is 20, so that's 68 degrees Fahrenheit. QNH is 1023, which I have pre-armed here in the primary flight display. So information hotel. With that information that they were landing runway 20, I kind of figured out that and this is the way European stars tend to work. The last point on our en route clearance is LASIT, so you kind of look at these and you can figure out that LASIT 1 Alpha are the ones that come into runway 02. LASIT 2 Bravo are the ones that come into runway 20. So I kind of figured out that was going to be our star, and then the ILS approach to runway 20. I think they said ILS, or did they say RNAV?
Euro 293, have the receipt squawk, please. Euro 293, squawk 1665.
ILS. ILS 20. So that's what I've got dialed in. Is the LASIT 2 Bravo and the ILS 20.
American 350, squawk 5220.
And this ends at UpCat, and this starts at UpCat, so I've got those connected. We have to just make sure we don't start the approach until we're cleared to, but they are connected, so I've gone ahead and connected them in the box, and we can go through. We just have to make sure that all these restrictions are here. LASIT 280 below 250, Rulix 250, natted at 230, PT818 at 230. These are all 210 and 8000. Euclid, Lurley, PT854, PT852, PT850. These are 210.
Descent 250 level at landing. Can we just leave cockpit for 1 minute? I just need to get something if that's okay. Closure approved, report back. Will do.
So these are all 210 and 8000, and then Koken 180 at 4, and UpCat 180 at 4. So we'll just need to step through. Oh, and what's the missed approach? Straight ahead 060. So there's not really a complex missed approach procedure like we see in the States a lot of times. But let's just step through these. LASIT 280, 250, Rulix 250, natted 230, PT818 230, and then this is all 210 and 8. Euclid, Rotbu 210 and 8, Lurley, PT854, PT852, PT850, and then Koken 180 and 4, UpCat 180 and 4, and then on the approach 160 and 3 at top V, and then we're runway 20. If we do go missed, its vectors just straight out to 6000. Okay. Let's look at our... So we'll do flaps 25 and 143. The wind was fairly light, as I recall, 2306. Okay, so 143 and then 148 will be our...
United 145, back with you, thanks.
148 will be our V approach.
United 145, Roger, descend level 250, level blue hoop. Roger, 250, level blue, United 145. United 145, my mistake, level Lazet.
Was it, lose it, you know, same thing. Decision height is, or decision altitude is 547. Go ahead and set our minimums. And then missed approach is 6,000. What'd I say, 547? Okay. Okay, 547. 143, 148. You can see that we're starting to get a little closer. I'm going to bump the range down. We're 40 miles from our top of descent. And then that might get modified because it's basically saying 250 at Lazet, but that's 250 or below is what we've already got in there. So, so that should work out just fine. If he's saying at 250 though, then I want to make sure that our FMC is doing at 250 and not 250 or below. So let's execute. Does it change the top of the descent any? No, it doesn't. Okay. Alright, so we will need to get his clearance to descend there. If we get that a little late, that's fine. We'll have to just manually intervene and start that descent down. Good Fixins is here. Kenny Monster has stopped back in.
It's finger licking good.
United 145, contact visual approach 119, 105.
119 or 105 is probably our next handoff. So United 145 is right. 145 is right in front of us.
United 514, ready descend level 250, level Lazet.
When ready 250 at Lazet, United 514. All right, so we've got our clearance down to 250.
Alice, well, good. One target from American 4722 over at airport 370.
American 4722.
Good Fixins, how's the crossing of the pond? It's worked out very, very well. We got out exactly on time at our slot time this morning out of Newark. And despite my relative rustiness in this aircraft, everything has gone fairly smoothly. We had just a couple of instances where I couldn't get it to kick back into a climb on the climb out. We had some level offs on the climb out, and I had to kind of just manually intervene and figure that out. But relatively short order got those things worked out. Got to talk to Padre Andrew, our good friend Father Andrew from back in the day. He used to stream a lot of air traffic control. He was our New York Oceanic controller, so got to talk to him. Haven't done so in a while. Jet Pilot Sentiment says, "Are we there yet?" Yeah, not too far, man. Not too far. I had intended to connect about a half an hour prior to top of descent, and I connected what looks like scarcely 10 minutes prior to top of descent.
Bravo 3077, hello, squawk 4102.
I think we'll go ahead and get the seatbelt signs back on. Greetings from the flight deck with an update. We have turned the fasten seatbelt signs back on, and we're just about to start our descent into Lisbon, Portugal. The weather there is partly cloudy with light winds and 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 degrees Celsius. We ask that you return to your seats, fasten your seatbelts. The cabin crew is going to come around one last time to collect trash, take care of any last-minute needs, and we expect to be on the ground in about 35 minutes. Thank you again for flying with us on United Airlines.
Just for information, we don't have the corresponding star with Bolton, Bravo Uniform Sierra Icon November. Request for the information about the frequency.
That's quite a monologue.
77, you are blocking the frequency. Break. American 4722. Identified. Clear VATSIM 2 Bravo, high vol runway 20.
Good Fixin' says, I've heard a lot of compliments to all the departure controllers. Most got out on time or near their slot time. I have heard the same except Toronto and Halifax. And Halifax in particular, I think the departure controllers had some connectivity issues, so they were really slowing down the departures out of Halifax. And then Toronto just got backed up just because of they weren't able to keep up with the demand as well. And then Halifax, like I said, I think their controllers. Well, you hit it right on the head. We're starting our descent down to 250 at 9514.
What is the transition level?
Evo 6 confirm requesting transition level.
Confirm, Evo 6.
Oh, that's a good point.
Evo 6, transition level at Lisbon, level 50. Information is current.
Level 50 or Evo 6, thank you.
I'll transition level by ATC, so that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. I guess we got it from the controller, but I guess it's in the ATIS. That's what this says. Transition level 50. Alright, so it did kick down just a touch late. It's kind of having trouble keeping up. It's not yelling at me about drag. Let's go ahead and this reminds me that I haven't set an auto brake yet. So when we look at the airport diagram, they want us off at Hotel 1. That's the first high speed after the crossing runway, or what I guess crossing taxiway, but it looks like it used to be a runway. So this first high speed. So we're going to put in a pretty robust auto brake to try and make that. We'll do our best. I don't think I'm going to go max, but I will definitely go ahead and go with like a 4 there.
Portugal 136 identified, cleared blue loop 2 Bravo.
Does look like it's having trouble keeping up with the descent path, so I'm gonna add a little speed brake in. Make sure that that descent of 250 by Lazit works out here.
Privilege 9174, Lisbon, hello, squawk 5474.
Squawk 5474, privilege 9174.
United 514, contact Lisbon approach 119.105.
19105, United 514, we'll see it.
Surface available for 974 Delta X. 974 Delta X, stand by.
Lisbon approach United 514 heavy 285 going down to 250 at Laza. We got information hotel.
United 514 release well low identified. Continue descent flight level 110.
I will continue down to flight level 110 at 514.
Canada 74 Delta X, continue the right turn direct, we're ready. 520, obrigado, Delta X.
Okay, now it's decelerated. It is now catching up with that descent path well on its own. So I'm going to let it get back to it. Put the drag back in. Oh, nope. No, it's not. So it's got the speed dialed in. It's still well above the path, and okay, now it's catching up with that path again.
Hello, American 105 Heavy is descending 250.
Alright, missed approach altitude 6,000 FMC. Legs altitude, missed approach is all
descent level 110, American 105.
checked. V speeds 143, 148, minimum set. Ceilings, we should be, you know, coming through the bases during the approach. Shouldn't have any visibility issues on final though. Crosswind is it's 230 at 6, so it's going to be a very, very slight right to left, but trivial. Turnoff is going to be a left-hand turnoff is right after the what used to be the crossing runway there, and we've got a auto brake 4 set. Let's go ahead and mark all that stuff as done. Yep, that's all done.
United 145, contact arrival 125, decimal 130, bye-bye. 13, sorry, you're on your repeat, United 145. United 145, frequency 125.
I heard it, it wasn't even for me.
130.
So anything we hear for United 145, we can kind of assume we're getting that same thing afterward.
with you inbound VATSIM. Direction about Latitude.
Okay, the vertical path is coming back in now.
Descent 1 ready, flight level 110.
So speed brakes are now stowed. Oh, now it's...
Portugal 1017, descent, flight level...
Now it's having trouble keeping up again. Well, now it's catching up. I did the approach briefing pretty early there. And remember, we're not going back to standard altimeter until 5,000 feet. This, by the way, is Red Bull number 4, and I think I set the over-under 4.5, so... Okay, it has leveled off now to decelerate us again.
Portugal 1017, report speed. 250 indicated. Confirm 250. Portugal 107 are ready to, can you say again?
Land ho!
290 indicated, yes, no 107. 290, thank you.
Okay, again we got a little bit of... Again we got a little bit of spoiler in just to help it catch up with the descent path after the deceleration there. Okay, the descent path is coming back in. So I'm slowly rolling the spoilers back out. It still seems like it's struggling to keep up with that. Every time I start deploying the speed brake armed on the checklist.
Airport School 216 Lima, we're descending to flight level 270, flight level 250, inbound latitude. Portugal 216 Lima, Lisbon, identified, descent level 110. Descent flight level 110, Air Portugal 216 Lima.
Okay, now it's within 150 feet of its desired vertical path. I'll go back to... Well, that's good to know that I can arm those just by pulling that lever slightly out of the top. Yeah, I got to quick chug them down so the over wins, JPC. I think this is going to be the under, because I don't know that I've got time to go grab another one at this point. So if you had the under, I think you got it for the day.
American 105, please comply with the arrival speed restriction. Reduce speed 250 knots.
Roger, reducing 250 knots, American 105.
Portugal 1017, contact arrival 125130, bye-bye.
Nice sunset. We were prepping at sunrise, we'll be landing at sunset. Nice full day.
Flight level 80, speedbird 24 kilo.
Just in case they need to start vectoring us, we'll get the heading bug recentered. Of course, we got a pretty substantial turn coming up. Looks like the FMC might be slightly confused.
Go ahead.
Modern language, qual é que é a previsão de atraso em Lisboa?
Repita.
Qual é que é a previsão do atraso em Lisboa?
Yeah, it looks like the FMC might be slightly confused. It's going to be more of this this turn onto the approach here. But we won't let it do that. It's got this loop in here. It's going to go that way and then that way. And then down.
Descent level 110.
Descend level 110, Euro 293.
Yeah, it's just these points are a little bit too close to each other, so it's just kind of putting that extra little turn in. But that's okay. We won't let the plane do that.
And Lisbon approach trainer 8 Papa Quebec is ready for initial descent.
Okay. Once again, we'll throw in some spoiler to.
Contact 120.910 for descent, Ryanair 8 Papa Quebec. Goodbye.
United 514, descent, flight level 80.
Right down to flight level 80, United 514.
American 105, same to you, descent level 80.
Descend flight level 80, American 105.
WJ Mink, welcome to the stream. Good to see you.
514, contact arrival 125.130, bye-bye.
25130, United 514, we'll see you. Lisbon arrivals, United 514, 128 going down to 080.
United 514, Lisbon arrival, boa tarde, identified.
Say again?
Boa tarde, identified.
Okay. Okay, it's yelling at me.
United 514, direct check, please.
Direct Euclid, United 514.
Portugal 1017, speed 210 knots. Speed 1017.
Oh, it's William. Oh, hey.
1017,
Good to see you. Alright, center up the heading bug just in case. It's a little on the early side. However, guys, I'm going to go ahead and say, so I don't forget. Go ahead and start putting some predictions into the chat as far as the vertical descent rate at the moment the wheels touch runway surface. No bot commands necessary. Minus sign is even optional. We know that you mean a descent rate either way. And the closest predictor, it's an automatic entry into our monthly landing race. Well, now bi-monthly. Bi-monthly landing rate raffle, when we'll pull a winner on that one toward the end of this month.
Portugal 1017, descend to 4,000 feet, QRH 1023, clear LS approach runway 20, keep present speeds.
And 4 moments,
Alright, through 10. Let's alert the cabin crew. Get all the forward-facing lights on except for the taxi light, which we'll throw on as a reminder that we have or have not received our landing clearance.
This is United 145. Would you like me to maintain the YZR?
Again, missed approach altitude will be 6,000. Legs altitude and missed approach were all reviewed. V speeds 148 and 143. Minimum set. Ceiling was reviewed. Very light right to left. Crosswind. We're going to turn off on the first high speed after the old crossing runway. That'll be a left hand, and the auto brake 4 is set.
Lisbon arrival, hello. America 105 heavy is out of 10,000 for 8,000 on the left.
When I get
arrival.
Approach clearance, where is that? That's our...
Turkish 1 out of Charlie Papa, turn left about 8,000 meters.
Clear, we know.
Yeah, 145, 119,
thank you. You got blocked, sorry, United 145.
United 145, Tower 118, 105, bye-bye.
118, 105, United 145, thank you very much. That's over.
Okay. So when we get that...
14, speed 210 knots.
210, 9514.
Turkish 1 out of Charlie Papa, descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1023.
Descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1023, Turkish 19, Charlie Papa.
Alright, starting to turn us around. Let's plan to get banged onto the approach early. Approach, I believe that's the approach clearance button. Yep, there it is. Right next to the flight director button.
American 105, speed 210 knots.
Speed 210 knots, American 105.
Turkish 1 out of Charlie Papa, maintain present speed, correction, after needs, clear LS approach runway 20.
Maintain present speed after needs, clear LS runway 20, Turkish 19, Charlie Papa.
He's got this guy here, he's got this guy here, and he's got me.
Portugal 1017, speed 180 knots. Turkish 1 out of Charlie Papa, speed 210 knots.
Speed 210 knots, Turkish 19, Charlie Papa.
Nice Congo line? Yeah,
514, turn right, direct upcat.
Direct upcat, United 514.
Portugal 1017, speed now 160 knots, Tower 118, decimal 105, right?
Speed 160, Tower 118, 105, and Tower 7.
United 514, can we get a descent?
I'll call you shortly.
Kinda need it now.
United 514, descend down 4,000 feet, QNH 1023, clear the ILS approach runway 20.
Alright, 4,000 on 1023 and cleared the ILS approach runway 20, United 514, thanks.
1 and Charlie Papa, speed now 180 knots.
Speed 180 knots, Turkish 1 and Charlie Papa.
Speed verge 24 kilo, turn left direct Epcat. Direct Epcat, speed verge 24 kilo.
Well, we are descending via the
Turkish 1 and
wide slope now.
Turkish 1 and Charlie Papa, Tower 118.105, bye-bye.
Tower 118.105, Turkish 1 and Charlie Papa is fine.
There's our traffic ahead, I assume. Traffic ahead to follow.
Speedbird 24 kilo, request descent. Speedbird 24 kilo, descent to 4,000 feet, QNH 1023. Clear LS approach, runway 20. 4,000 feet, QNH 1023, cleared ILS approach, runway 20. Speedbird 24 kilo. Portugal 1105, is what?
Portugal final, Portugal 105 with you in Bob deck, key final 10.
Portugal 1105, arrival, what's up, speed 210 knots.
210 knots for Portugal 1.
Upcat's 180. So we'll get ready to dial the speed back. Actually, let's go ahead and do that.
United 514, speed now 180 knots.
Back down to 180, United 514.
American 105, right turn, direct Epcat.
Direct Upcat, American 105.
In case we need it.
Good evening, Air Portugal 2116, we're descending through flight level 880, or flight level 880, flight level 080, and run the latitude Bravo. Portugal 2116, arrival was out of identified at exit speed 210 knots. At exit speed 210 knots, Air Portugal 216. American 105, descent 4,000 feet, QNH 1023, cleared LS approach, runway 20.
Descend 4,000 feet and a QNH 1023 and cleared ILS.
Okay, we're on glide slope and localizer. We'll set the mist.
Direction United 514, speed 160 knots until 4, tower 118.105. See you.
160 to 4 and tower on tower's frequency. United 514. Whatever it is, I've got it. Lisbon Tower, United 514 Heavy, 10-mile final, runway 20 ILS.
United 514, hello, good afternoon, continue approach runway 20, we'll check 108 knots.
Alright, we'll continue the approach runway 20, United 514. Alright, friends, let's get the last call for the predictions in. I'm going to go ahead and turn the taxi light on, even though we don't yet have the landing clearance. We know that we may get that somewhat late here, that they don't do it like they do in the US, where they clear you in sequence. Are we bold enough to do that?
All stations, advise UQNH 1022.
Alright. Slow it down.
Location runway 27, contact ground 121.755, British 19, Charlie Papa, and good day.
Get back on the center.
United 514, wind to head and 200, wind up, and wind to the line.
I cleared land 20 again at 514. Alright, we're supposed to be at 148 for now, and then slowing to 143.
Good afternoon, speedbird 24 kilo with you.
So let's get that. Get that back.
Continue approach, runway 20, speedbird 24 kilo.
Last call for the predictions, friends. Alright, now we can bring it down to the 143. A little bit centerline correction. On it. A little slow.
Tower hello, American 105 heavy established island.
I just want to tell you both. We're all counting on it.
Tiny bit slow, tiny bit low. Overall, I felt it was decently executed for the most part. Not perfect, but good by my standards.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
We might have missed the one we were supposed to hit. Or maybe this is it. It registered a little on the... Right, next left in ground, 0.755 in our 514. Oops, that's marked. That's marked as non-active.
Xavier, Wood and Alpha, feedback correct, 3.3. Go, 1 Alpha.
This is ground, good day, Portugal 45, flight A330, expand 1411.
So what did I get off at? Golf 2.
Control 425, good afternoon, Lisbon ground, stand by for clear distance one.
I think I'm off it.
Calling for
Whoops.
Yeah, this Ryanair 1215, stand 124, ratio push and start with India.
I think I'm off at Hotel 3. Looking at Golf 2 here on the left.
1215, push and start approved facing north. Push start approved facing north, Ryanair 1215. Nepal 425, confirm ready to copy.
Ready to copy 425.
Patrol 425, information Juliet current, QNH 1022. Break clear destination, exceed 1 Sierra departures, clock 5215.
Alright, we can start getting cleaned up here while we're waiting. Flaps and spoilers. Landing lights, turn off lights, strobe lights.
QNH 1022 and current information is Juliet 45.
Patrol 425, I need a feedback on the departure and the squawk. Exceed 1 Sierra departure, squawk 5214.
Departure is 1X India, X India Delta 1 Sierra.
Going to get the APU on.
14425.
425, correct report heavy, break United 514 Lisbon.
United 514, we're here off at, looks like short of Golf 2. You going to stay it for us?
United 514, continue taxi Golf and Alpha, stand 142.
Golf and then Alpha to 142, United 514. Okay, well, I guess that means, whoops. I guess that means left here, Golf 2 and Alpha 4, and then 142.
Lisbon ground, good evening, speedbird 24 kilo, high speed 1. Speedbird 24 kilo, good afternoon, continue taxi, uniform,
SI McClap, SI McClap, SI McClap, SI McClap, SI McClap.
Alright, let's run some taxi-in stuff, make sure we don't miss anything. Landing lights, turn off light strobes. Windscreen heat is something we can turn off. That's, where is that?
Ryanair 2623, acknowledge nuclear H1022.
Alright, Cold Nebo's here. With the resub, thank you very kindly, appreciate that. Yeah, it registered kind of on the firm side. I think I pulled the power and then it floated. And then when it finally stopped floating, it kind of just dropped onto the pavement. I don't know, I was happy with the overall execution. For a plane that I fly literally 2 or 3 times a year, I didn't feel too bad about it. Iowa Scotsman resubbed, says he missed the landing.
Missed the landing.
It wasn't terrible, it wasn't fantastic. That was kind of the theme of the day. And I told my passengers we'd be down in 35 minutes, and I meant it.
Speedbird 24 kilo, continue taxi, uniform and Lima, stand 425. Sorry for the whole position. There was traffic on the right side, exiting the runway.
I think this is the right one.
Stand 425, Speedbird 24 kilo. Speedbird 24 kilo, correction, revise stand 425.
I think this is the right one.
425 for Speedbird 24 kilo. 24 kilo negative, stand 424. 44 for Speedbird 24 kilo, sorry.
Alright, we'll get the taxi light off.
Confirm station holding short uniform Alpha 105.
American 105, affirm.
American 105, good afternoon, continue taxi, correction, uniform Lima, stand 415.
Uniform Lima, stand 415, American 105. South Portugal 425 and stand 115.
There we go, parking brake is on.
Portugal 425, push start approved station.
Alright, let me run through the turnaround checklist.
Station start approved, facing north. Portugal 425.
Get the cutoffs. Here we go with some of our light controls. That's okay. I don't think I need too much of it. We're getting ready to shut everything down here. Alright, so engine cutoffs. Let's go with the beacon light. Seatbelt signs can come off. There we are. Engine anti-ice can come off. Fuel pumps can come off. That's, no, fuel pumps are here. External power on. 2 and 3. And the APU off.
Ryanair 1215, acknowledge KEWR H1022, brake taxi Alpha.
Back on the center pedestal, we can 2,000, and then shut all that down.
Uniform 5 cross runway 20 running over.
We got a gift sub going out from Cold Nebo to Kenny Monster. Thank you very kindly, Cold Nebo. No, the Kenny Monster does appreciate that. Alright, let's check our fuel and our ETA. I think we got in early and way more efficiently than anticipated. So I had expected for this to take another half an hour yet. And I expected to land with 39.5. Let's see how we did. 39.5. 49.9. So we got in a half an hour early with an extra 10,000 pounds of fuel. Okay, well I guess it's better to have extra than not enough. But I might have to tweak those numbers. I know that my numbers are optimized for shorter hops though, so we'll take that with a grain of salt. Alright, let's see how we did with the predictions. Again, heavy aircraft, high approach speed. 304 was the number that registered. I see a 250. Yeah, I think that's going to be it, right? ZLP7, I think that's going to be you. Anybody else come in higher? Oh, we got Joey Freshwater with a 250 also. I got to go back a little further. So let me go back far enough to make sure I get all the answers. 250 from Joey Freshwater and a 250 from ZLP7. Did anybody come in higher than a 250? It looks like we're going to have a tie there. Alright, so 2 entries get in. Glad I got an extra roll of tickets because I only have one ticket left on that that little strip, so I got an extra strip just in case this very thing happened. But let me get the usernames that had the 250s, unless I miss one. Guys, if somebody put in higher than a 250 that I'm missing, make sure I see it. I don't want to shortchange anybody. Joey Freshwater 82. At LPPT on 10/19. And then who was the other one? ZLP7, I think it is. Yep, ZLP7 with the other one with the 250. At LPPT on 10/19. Alright, very good. Well, the way that works, guys, we've got 2 ongoing monthly raffles that we do. We changed it. Bi-monthly raffles that we do on the channel. Raffle number 1 is the one that you can enter with the Twitch channel points, aka the alphabets points there at the bottom left side of the chat panel there. 2,000 gets you an entry, and 10,000 gets you a 6 for the price of 5. There's the little button that tells you how many of those you have. You can cash those in. We will pull the winner for the alphabets raffle on the end of every odd-numbered month. The landing rate raffle, well, you just saw how that works. And you just need to be the closest predictor to our descent rate upon touchdown on any of the landings that we perform on stream, and then you'll get an entry into our landing rate raffle. We pull those toward the end of any even-numbered month, so we'll be pulling that toward the end of this month of October. Winners get their choice of any item off of the Slant Alpha prize vault list, which you can choose any of our branded merch items, the t-shirt, ball cap, mousepad, coffee mug, or tote bag, which I will ship to you at my expense anywhere in the world. If you don't want any of that garbage, you can get some garbage from Amazon on your own, or if you want X-Plane.org store or Sim Market for some virtual garbage, some sim-related garbage, you can choose an electronic gift card, any one of those 3, and of course we'll get that to you electronically. So those are the prizes. If your name happens to come out of that fishbowl when we do that landing rate drawing toward the end of October, then we will contact you on Discord if you're on our Discord with us, or we'll contact you via Twitch Whispers if we have no other way to find you. We will do it that way, and we'll get in touch with you. So you don't have to be present to win, but you are now eligible for those drawings. And again, the alphabets drawing will happen toward the end of the odd-numbered months, and the landing rate drawing will happen toward the end of the even-numbered months. All right, let's go ahead and grab a screenshot here. And grab a screenshot with... Did he say 142? I think he said 142. That was... I did indeed. Let's park my thing at the... Park my tail at the correct one. That's good. Okay, yeah, we can get a couple on final here in the shot. Let's see if... It was 3.0. It was in the low 300s there, JPC. I felt it was better executed than that, so I'm happy with it. But of course, you know, if you're obsessed over the number, then you know, it is what it is. I know, but I felt the G's were nice and low, and I felt that the overall execution wasn't too bad. Okay, so we can see at least one plane on final there. There we go. Alright, so I'll just save that to the desktop for now. Yeah, I prefer center line. Yeah, I think overall, JPC, I think overall it wasn't too bad at all. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish up the shutdown of the aircraft, and then we'll send you guys over to raid somebody else. So we'll assume that everybody's gotten off the plane at this point. And let's just get back into the aircraft and get all the systems shut down. So the recirc fans can get shut off. Packs can go to off. The hydraulic pumps all to off. Wing anti-ice off. Emergency lights unguarded and off. Look at how well I know this panel now after one day in. Flight deck door power off. IRS knobs off. Oh, that's a click, not a turn. The nav lights can come off. That's down here. Logo lights, external power. Nope, that's not that. That's external power is there. 2 and 3, and then the battery. You're gonna turn that off. There we go. Okie doke, friends. Well, thank you guys for riding along with us for our Cross the Pond 2024 eastbound flight. VATSIM Christmas, as I like to call it, and it delivered for us once again this year. Great job by the controllers of the New York ARTCC over in VAT USA. Got us out exactly on time for our slot time, and then fantastic work by all the controllers here in Portugal getting us into Lisbon safe and sound on the ground with a not too terribly executed landing, even though the feet per minute registered on the little high side. I felt that overall, a little bit of chasing a center line and glide slope, as I always tend to do, especially in a big heavy aircraft that I don't fly that often. But on the whole, I was essentially pleased with my performance overall, and yeah, no major glitches, no major issues, and a very enjoyable flight. Once again, Cross the Pond is in the books now for 2024. We're going to send you over to somebody who is not yet done at their Across the Pond flight. Looks like Stu is just about to touch down. I'm not going to get you to him in time. Let's see if we can find somebody who's still got just a little ways to go. Cross Hyperu looks like he is still airborne on his. So let me go and send you to him. Let's do that then. Alright, well, we're going to send you to our very good friend Cross Hyperu, twitch.tv/Cross Hyperu. He does a very instructional stream, very similar to the way I like to do mine, except he focuses more on airline flying. So we'll get you over to him, tell him that Slant Alpha sends his love. What are we doing next? I think on Monday, are we... Now, I know we used to say Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time was our normal show schedule, but what are we up to next? We're kind of a little bit more haphazard on our schedule from here on out. We are going to be on Tuesday, so we're off on Monday. On Tuesday, we're going to finish up our River Run Season 3. We've been in the WBSIM 152 with our friend Freckles. We've been traveling down the Mississippi River in a series of 19. This will be the 19th episode in about 100-mile chunks, just stopping at every single chartered airport along the path that we have been able to find, including any public or private strips, paved, gravel, grass, dirt, whatever. So we're going to finish up that adventure down the Mississippi River in the WBSIM 152. That'll be on Tuesday the 22nd, and then we will be back on the scopes, the VATSIM Air Traffic Control scopes, on Saturday the 26th with our ZDC Live event. Big old party down in Roanoke for ZDC Live. So Tuesday and Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time this month. The full show schedule is underneath the About tab, or it's over on our Discord server. The Discord server link right there by my head is what you can join, and not only do we have the show schedule and some other information on the stream over there, but lots of great folks and a very friendly community, especially if you're new to the VATSIM network or new to flight simulation. Great helpful friends over there that you can make in our Discord community. Feel free to join that. The YouTube channel's on the lower left-hand side. We archive our flight broadcasts over there. But more importantly, we've got a playlist called VATSIM Tutorials, where if you're trying to get on the network but you need some assistance in determining what to say to controllers or how to put routes together, how to read sectionals, how to choose call sign equipment, all that sort of stuff, check out that show, that playlist called VATSIM Tutorials over on our YouTube channel. All right, friends, that'll do it. We'll see you Tuesday. Have a great rest of your weekend. Say hello, as I mentioned before, to our friend Cross Hyper. Tell him Slant sends his love. Guys, be happy, healthy, and safe in all of your travels and adventures between now and Tuesday. Thank you again for joining us live from Studio 5 just outside of Ocean City, Maryland, and we'll talk to you again soon. Good afternoon, friends.